What's up, Universal Fight League fans? You know who it is. Bill Gibbons coming at you with another video. Anyway, today I want to talk about Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. Slim Shady. A lot of people know I'm from the same hometown he is, South Warren, Michigan. That's where I was born and raised. Okay, and a lot of people always ask me, do you know Eminem? Do you know Eminem? And there's a lot of people that I grew up with from South Warren that claim, oh yeah, I was best friends with him, blah, blah, blah. They never even met the dude, and I hate people like that because I'm one of the most realest people you will ever meet in your life. Right, wrong, good or bad, I tell it how it is. Fuck your feelings. I tell the truth. Anyway, yes, I did know Eminem growing up in South Warren. But I didn't go to school because I went to Centerline, he went to Lincoln. So we didn't know each other from school. How we met each other was at a place called Groesbeck Park in South Warren, Michigan. Okay, I grew up playing basketball at Groesbeck Park in South Warren. And for those residents that remember the big red dome, that means you go back to my days in South Warren. Well, anyway, me and a bunch of my friends used to play basketball there every day. Then all of a sudden, one day, here come this guy, this guy come walking up with this girl, and they were in like one of them little ghetto strollers that you spread apart. And Haley was just a little bitty infant baby at the time. Well, anyway, I liked him instantly. I knew there was something special about this guy. As soon as I met him, I instantly started looking up to him because I knew there was something special about that guy, and I wanted to be friends with him. Well, what happened the first time we ever met that made me like him is we were playing basketball this first time, and him and Kim started arguing, right? They were arguing back and forth, but they were joking with each other. But all of a sudden, Kim called him a bitch, and he grabbed his nuts, and he was like, I got your bitch right here. Okay, now, my back was faced the basketball court, I was faced this way. His back was faced towards me, and he was looking this way at Kim. And he was like, I got your bitch right here. At the time, it was like mine. I never heard, that was the sweetest line I ever heard at the time. So I instantly liked him, like, whoa, that's a cool motherfucker. And I think it was that day I found out that he was a rapper, but at this point, this was, I want to say 1996 is what year I want to say this was. Well, anyway, I don't know if Infinite was out or anything, but I'd heard he was a rapper, so then, my level of respect for him went up even higher because I remember asking him, hey, you're a rapper? And he was like, yeah. Well, from that, then he would come up to the court. It seemed like every time we were there, he would show up and play basketball with us. Now, I'm not going to stand there and tell you I was good at basketball at the time because I sucked. I was the worst one on the court. Okay? And once he started becoming a regular and playing with us all the time, he knew I sucked, but he was really good, and he always got to be one of the captains, and he always would pick me on his team even though I sucked. Well, first thing he did to make me start winning on the court was when he started picking me on his team. Okay, what he would do is he would have me take it out, run it down the court, get it to him, he'd put it in, because as far as driving the ball, I'm going around you, I'm going through you, I'm going over you, I'm going under you, you're not stopping me. But it didn't matter because I couldn't get it in the hole once I got there anyway. Well, anyway, now, one day I go up to the basketball court, and I knew I was meeting my friends there, but now I was just there by myself. Then all of a sudden, at this point, Marshall came up, and at that point, every time I seen him, I made sure I said, what's up, Marshall, what's up, Marshall, because I liked him. I thought he was a cool-ass motherfucker. Well, anyway, he always gave me this head nod. What up, Billy? What up, Billy? That's what he would do. What up, Billy? He would do that shit, and the fact that he knew my name, I was like, damn, this dude is cool as fuck. Like I said, I'm a real good judge of character, and I knew there was something special about this guy. Well, anyway, this day, we were waiting for everybody to get up there, and I'm messing around. Kim's shooting, I'm shooting, we're just playing. And anyway, Kim was sitting like in the middle of the basketball court, and I was practicing layups. I was kind of running around each side of her, right? Well, anyway, all of a sudden, Marshall comes in, he's like, Billy, stop. He's like, I think I know what you're doing wrong. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, This is what he tells me. He says, this is what I want you to do. I want you to start at the company. I want you to shoot to the hole as fast as you can. But now, as soon as you get to the hole, I want you to stop. Half speed and shoot it at half speed. It completely changed my game. All of a sudden, I couldn't miss, right? So now, I knew all my friends were on their way up there, and, they would always give me shit, make fun of me because I sucked at basketball. But I was 5'3", weighed 100 nothing. Everybody else was bigger than me, but I've never let anything like that stop me. Well, all of a sudden, now my game's switched, so everybody gets up at the court that day, and Marshall becomes a captain like he always did, and we started picking teams. And who was the first one he picked? Me. Always. I respected the shit out of him for that. Even though I sucked, he would always pick me on his team. Okay? Well, now this time, I don't know if this happened all the time he picked me on a team. I just remember it this time. This time when he picked me on his team, I remember everybody started laughing, right? And then at that point, everybody there knew that me and Marshall were friends. Like, that Marshall liked me, I liked him. He was cool as fuck. I don't know if he liked me as much as I liked him. I looked up to him. I looked up to him. I knew he was a cool ass dude, and I wanted to be friends with this guy. And this was before Infinite. This was before Slim Shady. Like I said, it had to be, I think around 96 this happened. Well, anyway, that day, it was just like, any other time, Marshall would make me take the ball out. You know what I mean? So first drive, vroom, 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 bing, put it in. You know what I mean? I wasn't even using Marshall for a second, but still, then I started using. Dude, we embarrassed him. I think we beat him like 11-3 or something like that. Like, we were unstoppable. And I remember I think I was like, thanks, man. It's all of a sudden he completely changed my game. And then I went this way. In 1998, I opened my first business, which is a pager and cellular phone store. All of a sudden, one day, I'm sitting there on the TV, I see this. I didn't even know it was a music video when Hi, My Name Is came out. Didn't even know, because you know how it starts out with him on the parts like this, doing like a Leave It to Beaver. I didn't recognize him, and I was with my buddy Alex and Sean. All these people are like, yeah, Billy, you know that guy. Yeah, Billy, you know that guy. Now, I wasn't going to claim to be friends with him just because he was from the same neighborhood as me. I wasn't going to claim friendship on him because I hate that fake-ass bullshit. And in my mind, I didn't know this guy. Now, where I recognized him when he made it was when Forgot About Dre came out. They show him drunk walking in the middle of the street, and he had black hair there. They showed him with black hair, and that's when I recognized him. Because back then, when we were playing on basketball court, Eminem, a.k.a. Marshall, man, because I knew him as Marshall. I didn't even know his last name. I just knew him as Marshall. And I remember he always used to wear these sweatpants when, how you got the thin elastic, then all of a sudden the 90s, the wide elastic, he had like an aqua pair or like a burgundy pair, like he was always wearing those kind of sweatpants at the time. And he was wearing aqua blue ones when he said, I got your bitch right here. Oh man, I'll still never get the way I felt when he said that shit. Well, anyway, now, what Eminem's hair looked like back then, his hair was jet black, and I grew my hair out just like this because I admired this guy in the basketball court. I ended up having the same hairstyle for a while. It was really long on top, and then he had it into a ponytail, then he had it shaved around the sides. That's how his hair was at the time. Okay, and I remember I went and got the same haircut. Anybody but nobody that I just liked him, and I thought he was a cool motherfucker. I just knew there was some awesome about this guy, right? But I never got to be friends with him or anything. Well, anyway, then everybody wanted me to stay claim that I know him. I wouldn't say it until Forgot About Dre came out. I'm watching that video, and all of a sudden I seen him with black hair, and I recognized him instantly. I was like, holy shit, that's that Marshall guy that taught me how to play basketball at Rosebeck Park. Now, being that I'm from Southbourne, born and raised, my brother got this job at this oil shop, you know what I mean? And the owners, Sam and Mo works for Eminem. Awesome people, dude. Awesome people. Mo, cool motherfucker. Sam, coolest people I've ever met in my life, right? Well, they're real good friends with him. And I've always wanted to ask Marshall Mathers if he remembered teaching me how to play basketball. Well, the one time I had a chance to do it, I fucked it up. Okay, what happened was is Haas and Mo, I was doing very good in the converter business, and like once a month or something, I'd take everybody out in a limo. Well, it got to the point where I would pick up Haas, Sam, and Mo, and I'd take them to the club and I'd cover everything. Well, this time Mo wanted to surprise us and bring Eminem with him, right? Because Mo was telling like, yeah, these guys are in the converter business, they're making big money. I was making big money at the time. Well, anyway, we were on our way to go pick Haas, Sam, and Mo and all them people up when my buddy Joe busts out this bottle of I think it was Grand Marnier. I'll never drink that shit again. Whatever it was, never drink it again. Okay, I did like 3 or 4 shots. That was it. All of a sudden, we get to the club and it like hit me like a ton of bricks. Now I tried to go in, and I'm sitting there, I'm all fucked up, feeling like an asshole, even though I was paying for all of this, right? So I was like, screw this, I'm not going to embarrass myself. I'm going to go sleep and let them have a good time. So I went up to the bartender. I gave the bartender $2,000 and said, cover everybody's drinks. If this doesn't cover it, I'll be in the limo. Come get me. I'll spend more. Well, anyway, because if you were my friend, I'd give you the world. But my mind has changed on that because we'll get into that in another video. Well, anyway, Mo decides he's going to bring Marshall Mathers. It's time to hang out with us because we'd always take them out and show them a good time. Whereas my ass, that drunk, passed out in the limo, so I missed my opportunity to ask him. And I've always wondered if Marshall Mathers ever remembered teaching me how to play basketball at Groesbeck Park. And if you're not from South Warren, you'll have no idea what I mean about Groesbeck Park. But that's where I knew him from. We didn't hang out. We didn't go to school together. We knew each other from the basketball court. And yeah, I was always curious to know if he remembered that. And the one chance I had, I missed because I was all messed up. And that's one of the many reasons why I don't drink anymore. Because I was borderline alcoholic. I never considered myself to be an alcoholic, but I drank a lot. And I don't drink nothing no more. You know what I mean? Nothing at all. But that was definitely a missed opportunity from that. But everybody that keeps asking me about Marshall Mathers, knowing that I'm from South Warren, that's how I know him. That's me in the Eminem story. And at the time when the first album come out, he said something that I kind of live my life by. I literally directed my whole life on when he said, what are friends? People are people you think are your friends, but they're really your enemies with secret identities and masks to hide their true colors. So just when you think you're close, they want to come back and cut your throat. No, just when you think you're close enough to be brothers, they want to come back and cut your throat when you ain't looking. And I'm almost guaranteed I messed that up, but I'm live my life by that. And because I have made almost $1 million in my day. I've been poor, I've been rich, I've been poor again. And I've seen how people treat you poor, then after you get rich, then I watch how they desert you when you're not rich anymore. So I've seen it, you know what I mean? And that's why today I feel like other than my YouTube supporters, I have no friends. Because every friend I've ever had has stabbed me in my back and twisted that knife. And I'm telling you, if it wasn't for almost everybody I grew up with, if it wasn't for me, they'd all still be virgins. I thought half my friends were gay and was afraid of women for a while. Because, like I said, I'm not going to start name dropping, but they'd all be virgins if it wasn't for me. Because I may be 5'3", short, ugly, cross-eyed, but I pulled more hoes than any of you mugs. And I got all my friends, you know what I mean? Just because I'm an outgoing guy, and God bless me with the gift of gab, and game goes a long way. So this is this morning's video. Eminem, a.k.a. Marshall Mathers. If you ever get a chance to see this video, I've always wanted to ask you if you remember teaching me how to play basketball up at Groesbeck Park. I'm also asking, hey man, can I get a job? Can we do something together on YouTube? What up, Marshall? Remember I used to say that to you all the time at the basketball court. What up, Marshall? What up, Marshall? Every time I seen him, I made sure I looked him directly in the eyes and said, what up, Marshall? Because I knew there was something about that guy. You know what I mean? And like, again, like I said, I wouldn't stake claim to knowing him till I actually knew I knew him. But I don't know how much you could say I knew him. We were friends at the basketball court. That's the best way to describe it. So there's my Southbourne Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. Slim Shady story. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button down here. Please turn on post notifications. I know I don't got many fights going on my channel right now when I'm filming these little videos. It's because I'm broke, I'm out of money, I have no transportation, and I'm stuck at a 9-to-5 job. But I'm going to keep making this video, get my runtime up so I can start creating revenue, create the type of videos that I want to create, and start my own competition and fight league. And I know I'm failing right now, but hey, if it was easy, everybody would do it. Well, that's this morning's runtime, my relationship with Marshall Mathers, a.k.a. Eminem. Till the next video, love ya. Peace.